Hi, I'm Christine McKay and welcome to My Craft Studio. Today we have Amy Tan with us and we are so excited. Amy is just an amazing designer, and one of the things that I love about you is that you just march to your own drum. Like you're not a follower, you're an innovator, and I just love that about you.
Thank you, that's really sweet.
So tell me a little bit about your design background, because I know that that scrapbooking isn't where it all began. You actually had a life in design before that.
I did. I had my own line of t-shirts. So I was in the fashion industry for about 7 years before I even got into scrapbooking.
So tell me a little bit about how you kind of had you always been a scrapbooker?
No, I actually discovered scrapbooking in 2007, and I was absolutely floored by all the amazing product. And I guess in a way, I've always wanted to scrapbook.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, I loved collecting stickers and little things like that. But the fact that the hobby has so many amazing products now, and I really felt inspired to document my life.
Oh, absolutely. And one of the things, well, let me ask you a question. Let's just get real here for a minute. How do you feel about the word scrapbooking?
I wish there was a better way to describe what we do and
Right.
what we're so passionate about, because I think it has a negative connotation to most people.
And that's what I was asking, and that's kind of what I wanted to, I was wondering, because, it seems like scrapbooking has kind of become the coined phrase for what we do, but there really is, it's so much more than that. It's not about sticking, your soccer stickers on a page with your son, unless that's what speaks to you. I mean, would you agree with that?
Yes, it's about documenting your life in any way you choose to preserve your memories. I think that there should be one simpler word for it, maybe. I'm not really sure.
But it's a fun way to express your artistic, nature as you're doing that as well.
Absolutely.
So, okay, one of the reasons I was super excited to have Amy in today was to show off some of the new products from CHA, because I was floored. So the first one I want to show you and talk about a little bit is this new calendar stamp, which is so yummy. So tell me a little bit about why this, calendar stamp is different than, other ones that may be out there.
So what I feel is so positive about this stamp is the fact that you can use it literally for the rest of your life. It's interchangeable, and you can set up the months of the year and go ahead and stamp like crazy on little tags. You can use it for a save the date, you can use it for cards, you can use it for your scrapbook projects. Project Life fans are really excited about this.
It's so cool because seriously, it like she said, it's something that you can use over and over and over again. And it's just on this little sliding mechanism that you're sliding in and out the dates. And this is a keeper. And I know that, when I've seen, alphabet stamps or extensive stamps at like the office supply store, they're like $40. They're like really expensive. And this is, I think it's around MSRP around $17. But for $17, this is something you're going to, I always call products like this tools. Because you're going to use it over and over again. Okay, now let's talk about them. Just so exciting is your new stitching kits.
Yes, the embroidery stencil kits are by far the product that I'm most excited about, because you can take any kind of pattern or alphabet and apply it to your layouts. So because my background's in fashion, I wanted to do something where people could sew on their layouts and have confidence doing so. I think that a lot of people maybe don't like their handwriting. We have an alphabet set.
Love that.
And we also have an icon set.
Which is to show up this, because these are great. These are perfect for, I love that it's just the exact size that you need, whether you're doing a 12 by 12, or even if you're doing the smaller mini books, it's just a really nice monogram that pops out for you.
So if you want me to, I can just show you.
I want to show you how this works, because people like me, sewing scares me. And plus, I don't want to go to my sewing machine. Although I love the stitching and how it looks and the dimensions, I don't like to do it.
Well, what's nice about this is that everything comes included into the kit. So you've got already your stencil, and you've got the pad and the piercer as well. So what you need to do, you just need to decide which design you're going to do. And I'll demo this little sun and clouds right here. And because the holes are already punched for you, you just take your paper piercer and poke through your piece of paper. It's that easy.
And this is something that, because I have a daughter, she's 15, this is something that I think she would have fun doing.
Absolutely. And the fun thing about the stitching is that once you learn the back stitch, you can stitch anything on your layouts. You can stitch little X's, designs.
And while you're doing that, I have to
just
tell you,
detailing.
it's funny because speaking of my 15-year-old daughter, she doesn't think scrapbooking's very cool, I'll be honest. Like, she doesn't think it's real great. However, if she ever sees any of the Amy Tangerine line laying around, she's like, oh my gosh, and she steals it. She loves it. It's like so perfect for that up-and-coming crowd, because it's just so bright and unique and different. I love it. And my daughter, I think it might actually get her kind of into that.
I love it. The fact that you can also use these, maybe not on a scrapbook page, maybe she could just make a card for a friend.
Oh, yeah.
You know, something simple if she
So
doesn't really want
cute.
to use it with a photo or anything.
So let's kind of, yeah, so then, okay, so you punched your holes in the pad.
Yes, and what you can do is you can use your template as a guide to see where the stitches go.
Okay.
So what you'll want to do is you'll start from the back, you'll thread your needle. The kit comes with 3 different colored threads as well as 3 different needles.
And I love that it's nice and thick.
Yeah, it's really fun. And you can also use any kind of embroidery floss after you've used these. I just tie a little knot at the end, and you start from the back. And you can just pick any point to start from. And so you just begin with a back stitch, which means that you start with the first stitch, go down to the second hole, and then go to the third hole, and then run it back through to the second.
Very cool.
So you're basically connecting the dots in a very simple way. And this is something great because you can sit in front of the TV and actually accomplish something.
I was going to say, this seems like this is something that is like, it's really tactile. It's very therapeutic. I mean, it's just relaxing to do. I remember when I was younger, my mom would have me do needlework, and it was just very relaxing to sit and do that. So while you're kind of working on that for a few minutes, I want to ask you a little bit about the rest of the line, because it's called Yes Please, correct?
Yes.
So tell us about some of the other elements that are going to come with this line.
Well, I wanted it to be a fun, kind of bright spring line that you could use for home, for every day, for traveling as well. So we've got some fun little concrete elements as well as some pencil drawings. A lot of the lines that I've done in the past, this is my 4th collection with American Crafts, we've incorporated hand-sketched elements.
Which are darling.
And so it's really fun to just kind of have different colors and bright elements on your page. And we've got the skyline represented. We've got all kinds of fun little icons like the feather and flowers. And we've got love, of course. And of course, we have a camera.
You have to have the camera, right?
Yeah. So
when you're done doing the stitching, so this is kind of what it's looking like when you're in the process. And like you said, I mean, it's really pretty simple. I mean, I am not a sewer. I will be the first to admit it. And when I tried this out, it was really just instinctual of like the next hole that you went to. But like you said, if you have any questions, you know, you can always just refer back to the stencil itself. And then when you're done, you have this amazing just a graphic on your paper. And I know, like, if you buy stitched paper, I mean, it can be up to like $3.99 a sheet for the stitched paper. And with this, I love that you can place it where you want, and just that thick texture on there is so cool. All right, so Amy, we're gonna do a little something that I didn't prep you for. You ready?
yes.
Okay, so our viewers want to get to know you a little better. So we're going to play a little bit of rapid fire. So I'm going to ask you a question, and then you can just answer, you know, as quickly the first answer that pops in your mind. So, chips or chocolate?
Chips.
Pepsi or Coke?
Coke.
Ship or airplane?
Oh gosh. Airplane.
Okay, so here's another one. What is your guilty pleasure?
It used to be scrapbooking, and it sounds ridiculous because it's now become from a hobby to a job.
Yeah.
But really, I just find that it's so therapeutic, like you said, and it's so rewarding because you get to document your memories and then have something to look at and cherish for the rest of your life.
I love that. Amy, thank you so much for coming and joining us. And you can find the Yes Please line in retailers all around the country. We actually have the stamp and the stitching kits in our store. We're also going to be bringing out some of your other lines on the channel, so you can stay tuned for that. Amy, once again, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.